When my son was about to turn 1, I was on the phone with my mom wrestling over a big decision. I was scheduled to attend a business meeting that was in another city, but I felt in my heart that any day now my son was about to start walking. I was considering not going on the business trip. My mom asked me this question: Tiffany, do you remember who was there when you took your first steps? Of course, you were there, Mom. I know that you were. She laughed. No, hun, just answer the question. Do you remember who was there? I had to admit that I couldn't remember. And she said, exactly, hun, no one remembers who was there when they took their first steps. She said, Tiffany, if you're going to create the kind of change in the world that I feel you have the capacity to, you're going to have to get really clear about what decisions you're making that are for you and what decisions you're making that are for your son. If you want to be there when he takes his first steps for you, that's beautiful. But don't pretend that it's for him, because trust me, he won't even remember. And that's when I had this epiphany that it's okay to rewrite any of the job descriptions for the roles that we have in our lives. You see, up until that point, I felt the responsibility to live up to a particular role. This one was called Good Mother. And there were a long list of responsibilities associated with that role, especially being there when your child takes their first steps. Like, that's literally written into the job description. We all feel this pressure to be a good daughter, to be a good wife, a good mother, a good citizen, a good worker. And each one of those roles has a long set of responsibilities associated with them. But here's the thing. We didn't write any of those job descriptions. So today, I want you to take charge, and I want you to recurate one of the roles that you have in your life. Just think about it. If it was up to you, would a good worker be required to show up at the office before everybody else and leave after everybody else leaves? If it were up to you, would a daughter have to apply to law school even though she didn't want to because that's what her parents wanted her to do? Think about one of the roles that you have in your life, and think about what responsibilities, what qualities you would want to associate with them. Remember, it's okay to rewrite any job description for any of the roles in our lives. To learn more about how to recurate the roles in your life, but more importantly, to muster up the courage to do so, I want you to check out a book by one of my favorite authors, Brené Brown. It's called Daring Greatly: How the Courage to be Vulnerable Transforms the Way We Live, Love, Parent, and Lead. Brené has been so helpful to me in helping me figure out how to recurate some of my roles, and I hope that she's helpful for you as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.